Hi there, today we've got a yoga class for finding our balance. So we're going to start on the floor, sitting cross-legged, and we want to maintain a straight spine. We close our eyes and then begin to breathe in through the nose, into the belly, into the chest, and out through the nose or through the mouth. And just becoming aware of the sensations and of our body, the contact of the floor. Just tuning in. Now we're going to take our hands and do seated cat-cow. So inhale, come forward, chin up. Exhale, rounding the back into a curve, C shape. Inhaling, coming up, sticking the chest out. Exhaling, pushing the knees away, going into a C shape. On the inhale, using the knees to pull ourselves forward. Exhaling, back. And inhaling, coming forward. Exhale, go back. Sync it up with the breath. Inhale, coming forward. Now going back. And on our next inhale, we come up to a straight spine. We're going to begin by doing some forward folds. So bring the right leg into our left inner thigh. We sit straight, inhale the arms up, and exhale, coming forward. Here you can move around a bit, and then once you're settled, exhale. This is a deep stretch for our hamstring. Breathing into the difficult parts of the body, into the joint, into the muscles. Then coming up, we swap legs. So our left leg goes in the inner thigh of our right leg. Inhale the arms up and exhale, leaning forward. Breathing throughout this, moving. And once you're settled, exhale, go further in. And inhaling to come back up. Now we put both legs in front of us. And we inhale the arms up, straight spine, exhale, and then come forward. Our hands could meet our knees, our shins, our feet, our toes, or go beyond. Just remembering to breathe here. And inhaling to come back up. Now we're going to go into half Lord of the Fishes pose. So bring our left foot in, right foot over the left knee, and then left arm comes and grabs on to either your right foot or your left foot. Then inhaling with a straight spine and exhale to look back over your shoulder. Trying to keep a straight spine here. I'm also trying to breathe. Our lungs are being compressed by the twist. So we just try and breathe into the twist. Now exhaling, we come back. We stretch our legs out and we go on the other side. So we bring our right leg in this time and then left foot over the right knee. And our right arm comes up. And we wrap it round. And then our left arm comes to the back. As we inhale and exhale, we come round. Feeling a nice wringing out of the spine. Rejuvenating, re-energizing the spine. And remembering to breathe in this position. exhaling, unwinding, bringing the legs out in front of us. Now we come to the front of our mat and we roll down onto our back. We're going into a shoulder stand. So push our arms into the mat and lift our hips above our head. And we can bring our hands to our lower back and slowly walk them down the back. They're supporting our hips. Finding our comfort in the discomfort. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can lift your arms off and try and balance here. So you're balancing on your shoulders, remembering to breathe the whole time. Keeping your focus. If you like, you can bring your knees down and rest them on your elbows, having your hands interlinked across your forehead. It's a very restful pose. And inhaling, legs back up, and exhaling, coming down with control, conscious movement. From here, we're going to go onto all fours and into a plank position, keeping a nice long line from the top of our head down to the back of our heels. Breathing here in this strong position. Now we're going to bring our left hand into the center of the mat and go into a side plank, lifting our right hand up, keeping our hips up high, breathing. If you'd like the extra challenge, you can look up to your right hand, really pushing into those knuckles, fingers, keeping your balance. Exhaling to come back to plank, then bring it through to the other side, right hand to the center. Then inhale, open out, and if you like, you can look up to your fingertips. Keeping the core engaged here, keeping the hips up. And exhaling with control, coming down to plank and then down to low plank. Trying to make the movement as beautiful as possible, as slow and controlled as possible. And just breathing here. Feeling the muscles warming up. Feeling them contracting. Consciously sending energy and oxygen into the muscles. From here we're going to drop down and then inhale up into Cobra. You can either come into full Cobra or you can come down onto your elbows like so. Or you can just stay in full Cobra or Sphinx pose. Breathing here, feeling the release of the lower back. Breathing into those sensations. The arms are getting tired, but we keep our mind determined. And we breathe. And then exhale to come down and then push back into child's pose. In child's pose, we take some restorative breaths. Maybe check in with how the body's feeling now. Now inhaling to slowly roll up, and we're going to go into our next pose, which will be a crow to headstand. If you're not comfortable with a headstand, you can stay in crow pose. So we can either do this with our hands flat on the floor, Otherwise, we can use our fists. I'm going to use my hands flat on the floor because I'm going to go into a headstand and I find it much easier that way. Coming up, we put our knees into our armpits, lift our hips and shift our weight onto our arms. Focusing and breathing here. And then once we're ready, we lower our head with control down to the mat, bring our knees up with our core, and then point our feet up and stretch out. This is a great pose to reverse blood flow. Keep breathing here. And then exhale, bring the knees down onto the arms, and then lift yourself up back into crow. And then touch down. Great work, guys. That's an excellent exercise. Now we're going to go into Peacock. So we could either put our hands backwards like this, or again we can use our fists. And then with our elbows, we put them in our hips. There's like a cup, there's like a pocket for them. So we put them there, and then we lean forward and lift up. This position is either called the peacock or the shelf. If you bring your feet in, it looks like a peacock's tail. If you kick your feet out, it looks like someone could stack some books on you. Breathing here. Keeping focused and determined. Go for as long as you can, past your comfort zone, then bringing the knees down and coming back up. Well done. From here we take some recovery breaths in Seiza, which means correct sitting in Japanese. We're sitting on our knees with our hands on our knees as well, with a straight spine. From here we're going to go onto our hands and knees and then tuck our toes and lift our hips up into a downward dog. Feeling a nice stretch in the back of the legs, the side of our body pushing out from our fingers, pedaling the feet. Taking some breaths here. Now we're going to inhale our left leg up into three-legged dog. And then we're going to try and lift our right arm up into a two-legged dog, challenging our balance. And inhale, bring the leg forward. And then exhale, come up into a one-leg balance. Once you're balanced there, you can lift your arms and balance with your arms outstretched like you're an aeroplane. Breathing here, you can focus on a point on the floor. Also focus on your foundation, which is your right foot, and focus on how it's pressing into the ground and all your toes are keeping you up. Now, on our next inhale, we're going to come up to standing. If you wobble or if you fall out, that's fine. Just come back. And we're going to go into tree posture. So taking our right foot either to the calf or to the inner thigh of the left leg. And we press our inner left leg into our right foot. And that creates pressure so we can maintain this pose. Now look at a fixed point, and once you're comfortable, you can lift your arms above your head. Remembering to breathe here, and be mindful of how your body feels. And exhaling, coming out and going back into our aeroplane pose. Horizontal, trying to keep our breath and our balance and our focus. And then with control, we touch down, our hands frame our foot, and then we bring our foot back into a downward dog and release all that pressure. Now we feel the energy from that balance that is generated. We can notice how our legs feel different on each side. Now we're going to lift our right leg up into three-legged dog, and then our left arm up into two-legged dog, challenging our balance, and then inhaling, our left leg comes forward, and exhaling, we shift our weight forward. Now once we feel comfortable there, we can inhale and bring our arms up, open our chest into an airplane pose. Focusing on our foundation really helps if there's a spot on the floor that's not moving where you can focus your attention. Yoga is also a meditation, so it's not just physical exercise, but it's mental. Keeping our focus, coordinating our mind and body to execute these balances. And inhaling, we're going to straighten up, come to standing, and then to tree posture. Either putting our foot on our calf muscle or up into the right thigh. And we use that friction by pressurizing our right thigh into our left foot to maintain in this posture. Inhaling the arms up if we feel comfortable here, and then it helps to focus on a spot that's not moving. Focusing on the foundation, the energy moving from the ground out of our fingertips, and then exhaling, we go back into that horizontal balance with our arms out like the wings of an aeroplane. Breathing here, channeling energy up from the ground, and then exhaling to touch down. And with control, we bring our right leg back and then move into a downward dog pose, pedaling our legs out. Exhale to bring the knees down into Caesar. Now we're going to play with a headstand, have a bit of fun. So we're going to bring our hands together, cup them round the back of our head, and then we're going to bring our knees up, hips over the head, and then with the help of our foot, we're just going to hop up and bring our knees in, using our hands and elbows to push back and forward, and then bring our legs up. Once you're up there, you're free to explore, do whatever movements you like. You could open your legs out, do the splits. Remembering to breathe in the headstand. You can wind yourself up, so bring your legs together and cross your ankles. You could unwind and then bring your legs down and cross your legs as if you were sitting cross-legged on the floor. You could even do some moonwalking. Just staying in this position, playing with it for as long as you're comfortable, and always breathing. And we bring our knees to come back down, bend at the hips, and then touch down. And we bring our fists together and rest our head on top of our fists. Take some breaths while our circulation goes back to normal and gravity takes its place. And then once we feel okay, we can lift our head up. We come back into Caesar, sitting on our heels, Alternatively, if this is really uncomfortable for you, you can sit in Savasana, lie in Savasana on your back. So we come up and we shake our wrists, letting go of any tension, and then bring our fingertips together and sit down, and our fingertips go in a straight line down and lead us into our sitting posture. Once we're either in Shavasana or Sesa, we close our eyes, rest our mind, and breathing in through the nose, letting our breathing take its natural course, and checking in with our body for final meditation, for restoration. Once you're ready, open your eyes. If you'd like to, you can remain in this meditative posture, and then you can do a few shoulder rolls once you've opened your eyes as well. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. Have a lovely day.